Hello.
G'day, Sam.
Hi, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just wrapped up for the day.
Yeah, what
Feeling
you been
good.
up to?
I just had a day at the studio. Just at my studio, uninterrupted, which is rare and good.
Nice. Sounds very
So
productive.
yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I've just been just this year, I've just started kind of getting back into a kind of good studio routine. Because I've just been last year was really weird. I felt like studio routine, but yeah, I'm really enjoying that this year. So it was a nice day.
Yeah,
How you
lovely.
going?
I'm great. I have a new puppy to look after, so
Oh my god! No
he's taking
way.
up all of my energy currently.
Is the puppy here in the room?
He isn't. I thought it'd
Okay.
best be not since we're recording.
Yeah.
It's
Fair
gonna
enough.
go on
Fair enough.
Moshcam. But
Fair
he's
enough.
adorable. He's a little. Don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah, I can. Oh, looks so cute. Big ears.
Yeah,
That's
he's
cute.
he's a bit sensitive to sound, so we'll keep him
Oh yeah.
downstairs for this chat.
Fair enough. Oh, that's cute as.
Happy International Women's Day. Just
Yeah. Happy International Women's Day. Woohoo!
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Great day. And I guess it's going to help me kick off the first question of this interview. Is
Mhm.
there any female artists that you admire in music that you can chat about?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Luckily in Australia, we've got so many super um, like close friends of mine that are Aussie female acts that are just absolutely unbelievable. Like, really close friend of mine, CC Disco. She's from Melbourne. She's like a really amazing DJ and producer. She's working on some tracks right now. Who else? Stella Donnelly. She's awesome. I got to throw in Chisira, our guitarist, who's like
Have
one of my
to.
best friends, and yeah, one of like the strongest people in my life. Like her and I go so far back to the point of like being at school together, just dreaming up anything. Sitting in the car talking about being in a band, just wanting to go on tour, and yeah, so we go very far. I've got a lot of strong females in my life, and I was raised by my mum, and I love her as well. Like, it's a special day, and I think yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky to have so many strong women in my life.
Yeah, you mentioned that you and Sierra went to school together. You went to
Yeah.
Mansfield High, is that correct? Yeah,
Yep.
so that was when you first came together and started making music.
Yes. Well, it was kind of weird. We started the band. I left. I was a grade above everybody, which makes
Yeah.
we sound weird. But no, I finished this. I finished my grade, and then I was working on an EP. And I remembered Chisira from school. We were becoming really good friends. And I remember she used to just sit in like the music stairwell playing guitar all the time. The music like part of the school. And she was like a really understated, really quiet person, but I could tell she really loved guitar. It was like all she ever did, to the point where she seemed like really odd. She was just like a guitar person. She didn't really talk to people. But yeah, when I left and I started making the songs, I just like thought about. I instantly knew I wanted to ask Jasira in the band, and then Andrew as well, and Keelan came after. But yeah, like we met at school, and we go really far back. We've been a band for like 10 years now.
Huge. Yeah. Are you doing anything
Yeah.
to commemorate
I think we should.
it?
Our first EP is almost, it turns 10 very soon. This year it turns 10. So yeah, we'll do something for sure. I'm not even sure if we'd be able to like remember how to play those songs, but maybe we'll DJ them or something.
Must seem like a lifetime ago since you created them. Is there
It
anything from
does.
that first EP
Yeah.
that you play still on set, like at live or anything?
Yeah, She's a Riot. No, that wasn't on that first EP. No, there's nothing we play from that EP anymore. But it's like, it almost is like unplayable now because the songs were like, I'm really proud of the songs. They were good, but I think like dynamically, they just would not sound like they would fit with the new music, I reckon. But I'm still proud of it.
Yeah, that's it. It's a journey, eh? So it's 10 years
Yeah.
ago. Good to reflect that
Yeah.
we've moved on to Love Science now.
Yeah. Yeah. New shiny album.
Yeah, beautiful. So, I mean, with that, like what kind of, that's like there's huge evolution in those last 10 years. Like, what are some of the changes that you've noticed within like yourself and your music since like this new album's out?
I mean, so much has changed from the first album, first EP. I mean, since Quiet Ferocity, one thing that I've been enjoying seeing happen is the more I lean on myself, the better things are becoming. And so Quiet Ferocity was the first time I ever produced a record for us. And I found that really rewarding. I found it really, really tough and really hard, but I like thought it was a really good thing for me to learn how to just, how to rely on myself and know if the buck stops at me, just make sure I make the music perfect, and then leave emotions aside. I just, played the role of producer, and then making through it, surviving Quiet Ferocity, I was really happy with the response, and I thought people seemed to understand what I was going for. So going into Love Signs was just me reiterating that to myself, that I can do it, and then just diving even deeper. And I think I just made so much personal growth for me, but also I feel like if I'm controlling the sound and writing the songs and producing it, I feel like I'm getting more of the ideas out, so the fans get an opportunity to really hear how the music is in my head. So I think fans that are liking the songs are liking the production more, and it's really just clicking a lot more. So that's been pretty rewarding, actually. Like, makes me feel good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it must be so overwhelming to have such control over that music and know what's in your head, and then seeing it come to fruition, and then seeing everyone in the crowd enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's
been feeling so good lately. Yeah, that's been really good lately. After all this time, I almost forgot what it was like, but then, now after these last run of shows have just been like incredible. Like, I've been in shock after most of the gigs. I haven't really known what to think or what to do or what to say. I'm just like, it's been wild. It's been absolutely amazing.
I actually reviewed your gig at the Riverside, Brisbane.
Oh, Riverstage. Oh, yeah.
Riverstage, Brisbane. Sorry, Riverstage. And it just like insane the way that the crowd was singing things back to you. Like, I think my favorite part was in Something Got Between Us, where they're, hey, never gonna
the call and response thing. Yeah, that was so good. I love how people have like grabbed onto that bit, and I love hearing that live, because I remember like at the Brisbane show, my in-ears were picking up them yelling almost louder than I could hear the guitars or the drums. It was like so loud, so good. I love when that happens.
And you said on stage that was a dream realized. Like, how did it feel when you guys were up on stage?
Felt incredible. It felt like time stopped and also flew by. And I think like I kind of had these moments where I felt a bit quite grounded, and I felt just really, I don't know. It's like, it's just been, I've really missed feeling like I'm playing the songs to people. It's just like, seems like such a simple thing, but I've just really missed that feeling. And then for me, a big part of the process is making the album, and then watching how people respond to it, and then learning from that. So then, either changing some things or taking from some other things, and just progressing and using that as growth. And I haven't had that. So now when we finally get to play these songs live for the first time, I'm just starting to go through that process again. And I realize how much I missed that process. And I'm just like, at all the same time, I'm thankful, but I'm feeling showy-offy, and I'm just feeling every feeling. And it's just been it's been wild. It's just reminded me who I am, really. It's like just reinforced a lot of things for me. So it's actually, I can't even put it to words. It's just me living my fucking life the way I really am supposed to.
That's awesome. I just want to switch back to like how you have produced, written, recorded this album essentially somewhat alone. And like I heard in another interview that you do something called a shoulder test when you're like making new music and trying to tell if people like it. Can you describe that a little bit?
Well, like that, that is like that's a kind of a classic one for me. It's just like, if I find myself dancing naturally without even thinking about it, that is always a really good sign. Because I at the same time, when I'm making music, I almost just imagine that I'm not the one making the music, and I just vibe to the music. You know what I mean? It's like, get not always be in my head, but just be in my body a little bit too, and enjoy the song. And if my body is enjoying the song, then I can be like, oh, whoa, there's something natural going on in this song. It's like past the shoulder test, Yeah, and so like there's a lot of little tricks I would do, like when I was making when I was making Love Signs, I remember there was a long time, there was a couple of weeks where I was completely alone in the house during Melbourne lockdown, and I was making the record. I think my girlfriend she was at the coast or something. I don't know where she was. And I had to remind myself to stop at night. So I would start at 9, finish at 5, and there would be so much like music, weird shit going around in my head at the end of the day. Like sometimes I'd listen to a kick drum for 2 hours, and that's enough to drive you so mad that at the end of the day, it's all you hear. So what I would do is I would go into the house, I'd blast classical music, and then I'd get in the bath, and I would just make a really hot bath, and then I'd like lie in the bath and then put my head under the water and hold my breath as long as I could, and then I'd like burst out, and then that would kind of get me out of that weird zone, and then I'd like wake up again. It was like being reborn into the evening. So that's this new thing I'm doing is I don't know, doing the bath thing to help my brain stop.
I mean, if that's the way that you
gotta have tricks.
You gotta have it. Absolutely.
You gotta have tricks.
So making this, I guess, in such like it happened all through Melbourne lockdowns. Was it such an internal process for you, or did you find you were just gravitating towards different sounds and then making songs off that? Like, how was your process through creating this?
Well, luckily, most of the songs were done when I went into that period. Essentially, I just had like a big list of songs, and I just started knocking away until I had 10, and then I enter pre-production, and that's a really good phase for me because I can kind of turn off. Well, I still write while I'm doing that, but it's not really like writing. It's like I'm just going into the things that I've previously written, and I'm just improving the sound of them, making sure they sound, how I imagine, or making them sound perfect for the record. So that process is kind of like relaxing to me because it's like no pressure. I can spend all day on this hi-hat if I want. And, I just keep going till it's perfect. And there's something kind of cathartic to that where I'm just following a sound, and that's right. And then doing that, it's kind of like just putting pieces of a puzzle together. And I like that process because it's a bit more kind of, you can use less emotion to it, and you can just kind of just go into the engineer side of things, which sometimes it's a nice break. Yeah, so that's a big part of
and take that on in the future as well, and that like sentiment of isolating yourself so that you really get the sounds right.
I think so, for sure. I like the like a big part of when I'm writing a song, I'm demoing it at the same time, and over the years the demos are getting better and better. So when I go into pre-production, a lot of the bits are there. Like sometimes I'll love a vocal take so much that I just can't re-record it. I'll be like, no, that's it. You know what I mean? So there's things always to improve, but there's also things that you just can't touch. So it'll be, I have no idea what the next record will sound like, which is cool and exciting. But I know that like that process will be very similar. I like just going into the bunker and getting things done.
Is that something that you're working on at the moment, a new record, or?
Yeah, well, I'm working on music all the time.
On the things.
And I like to think of it usually like when I'm just like in creative mode, like I'm just coming up with shit. And I'm just trying not even to think that the music's for Jungle Giants. I'm just thinking of like making music, just making anything. And then eventually from that, like a theme will start, or a couple of songs will stick together, and then, then a record is born. But right now I'm just like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, and it's fun. I just feel like I'm just a kid with a paintbrush, just going blah, blah, blah on the walls. Yeah.
Love that. Something that I wanted to bring up is I've seen your TikTok account. And it's honestly, it's all the good vibes that I would expect from Jungle Giants.
Yeah, cool.
Whose idea was it to start? Because it's quite recent, it's only about a year or so old. Whose idea was it to get on that platform and start having fun?
I mean, we have that's the thing. Like we have to get on these platforms, otherwise you could be left behind in the tech world. Like, I mean, TikTok doesn't even make that much sense to me right now. Chasira runs the TikTok. But I mean, you got to stay current. You got to be on every single platform, and it's like a job in itself is social media. But I do all the social media. except for TikTok, because it was just really hard for me to understand TikTok. I mean, I get it, but like there's all these tiny little nuanced things that like only TikTok users get. And luckily Chasira is like 24/7 TikTok girl. She's loving it. She's always sending TikToks and memes to me. So it was very natural progression for her to just start becoming a meme lord on TikTok, and it's going really good. It's awesome. I'm thankful to have her, you know.
What are some of the best memes she sends?
I mean, it's hard to even pick. Some of them don't even make any sense. Like, honestly, like I often need an explanation from her memes she sends. It is like, she has just this deep internet sense of humor. And yeah, you know, you just, maybe one day I'll convince her to start posting them on the TikTok, just all her memes, but you'll see. I can't even explain them. That's for the internet to decide if they're good or not.
So I'm guessing she's the one that owns the tiny little finger hands as well.
Yeah. She started the finger hand thing. She's like, she's really funny. She's got this kind of sick, deep joke kind of sense of humor where like the tiniest thing can be so funny to her, and then she'll repeat the joke. And yeah, I mean, she cracks me up. Like, oh my God, on tour, it's just Chasira and I laughing the whole time. And often if we explain what we're laughing at to people, they'll think we've lost our minds. You know, maybe we have.
That's a great friendship though. That's the kind of one person you want on tour to have, someone that makes you laugh.
100%.
So you guys are just headlining and playing some upcoming festivals soon. You got Party in the Apocalypse, yours and ours, Splendour's coming up. Have you played any of those ones before?
Yeah, I think we've actually played all of them before. But we've got on this Friday we've got Haunted Pavilion, which is the last show of the Love Signs tour, which is incredible. It's that's like a bit of a dream venue for us. We played there before, supporting Two Door Cinema Club years ago, which at the time was our favorite band. So it was already a dream come true. And now that we get to go back and it's our headline show, it's weird to think, but we're ready. We're excited. Luckily, we've kind of shaken off all the cobwebs with this tour so far. So we're feeling really good on stage. And then after that, like Splendour, super excited for that. One's going to be a really big set for us. Like, it's going to be the first time we're playing these new songs at Splendour. That's going to be so fun. So we're going to kind of pull out all the stops, just spend the whole fee on weird lights and things.
Amazing.
Maybe some gimmicks. But yeah, it's lots of shows coming up, which we're so thankful for right now. And this is like, we're ready to return to the good times.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I will see you at Splendour. I'll be
awesome.
Front row of the audience cheering you on.
Sick. Awesome. Yeah, okay. Hopefully we have some nice gimmicks for you by then. Maybe some lasers or something.
Awesome. Well, that was all my questions. Thank you so much for your time.
Great, thank you.
And yeah, good luck with the set on Friday. Is there anything massive that you guys are doing for that set, actually, since it's the last one of the tour?
Yeah, well, we have a guest performer coming on for Treat You Right, which is a really good friend of mine that I absolutely love. It's called Our Lies. She's Our Lies from Sydney, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that. Like, we've never performed on stage together, but I've just seen so many of her gigs, and I'm super pumped for that. Yeah, so that's going to be nice.
Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, good luck with everything, and
thank you.
I'll see you in a couple of months.
Great. See you in a couple of months. Cheers.
Cheers.
See ya. Thank you. Bye.